Today, you might not be able to communicate it the right way. Tomorrow, you must be able to communicate the right way. And you just wanted to communicate and observe so that you can figure out what it is. Again, what is the myth, right? What is the bullshit story? If you have some, feel free to type it down below. I know that most of the common challenges for communication is misunderstanding, right? Hey, I thought I told you create a Zoom call. Yeah, I did, but you actually do it on the Zoom account A instead of Zoom account B. Hey, we need to do a call today at 10 o'clock. And then you realize that, okay, who are we sending it out to? What it is, right? Sometimes it's just, I don't know, just figure it out. Like one of the biggest thing that most business owner will say is, I don't know, just figure it out. And then when the VA figure it out, they're like, that's not what I want. How come you don't know what I want? Because they don't know. Because they just started working with you. Because again, when you have a virtual assistant or you're an assistant that's working with you, they are here to please you. Okay, they are really here to please you. Unless, again, we're in a human business, so there's going to be 10% of the VA that's, I'm just here for the money. So they might not be really good, but 90% of people are here to please you, are here to ensure that you're doing really well. And thus, they don't do it on purpose just to piss you off, right? So again, unclear in direction. Don't tell them, hey, go figure it out, right? Or if you tell them that, hey, go figure it out, I expect that you're going to fail, then they're going to be okay with it, right? But don't tell them to figure it out and expect that they're going to be perfect, because they are not going to be perfect. And the third one, ineffective feedback, right? Hey boss, what else can I do? And sometimes I say, I don't know, figure it out. Sometimes they will ask me, hey, how do you like this marketing post? I say, I like it, but the hook is not clear. And I just leave it at that and I just move on. And I recognize now that I need to talk to them deeper. And the really good way of practicing feedback, effective feedback, is actually working with AI. Right now, if you go to ChatGPT and you tell them, hey, write me an article about this, they will write you an article about this, but it most likely are not going to be the one that you like. You want to say, hey, write an article about this, and using my personality profile, make sure that you talk to a friend using a grade 5 language. Like the more specific you are, the better the feedback is going to be, and thus ChatGPT will be able to give you better response. Again, same thing here. Sometimes we are very vague on our feedback, and then it can get frustrated because sometimes I have clients, man, like I have spent 2 hours with them about this, and then we just go back and forth. It just doesn't really work. And usually it happens on social media posts. And what I always share is, hey, you get it through Zoom, share screen, and then show them what you want them to do, and then allow them to show you what it is. Because sometimes verbal communication might not be as good as visual communication. So you want them to show you, because sometimes, especially with like marketing thing, sometimes the yellow can make a big difference, right? Sometimes the font could be big, a little bigger, smaller, and a lot of it is like feelings. I literally have a client that's going through back and forth like 20 times at least in an hour on a quote card, and I say, hey, real quick, hop on a Zoom, 5 minutes, you will solve everything. Even better, on Zoom call, you can actually do remote sharing, so you can give the other person the remote control of your computer. So the owner now is just remote controlling and just shift the thing to the left a little bit, to the right a little bit, make the font a little bigger, and it's done. Instead of going back, is it bigger? Do you like it now? No, I don't really like it. Can you be a little bit smaller? Oh, it's too small. Can you make it a little bit bigger? No, that's too big. Okay, can you slide it a little bit to the right? Oh no, that's too much. That is a lot of communication. It's not really precise. So again, that is like an example of ineffective feedback. And again, you will know that it's ineffective when things doesn't go as well as you need. Okay, when things are not communicating, it's not going as well as you need. And last but not least, this is one thing that I have learned so much from my mom's business, is fail to communicate. Do I fail to communicate too? Of course, because there's so much that I wanted to communicate. That's why I always love over communicating. I'm gonna share with you the example into a little bit here so that way you can see it. But man, most entrepreneurs fail to communicate because again, we started as solo entrepreneur. So that means that we do not have to communicate anyone about our feelings. And all of a sudden now we hire a VA or 2 VA or 3 VA, and now we have to communicate what is that about. And that is one of the biggest challenges that entrepreneurs have. It's just, I don't have to tell you. But the truth is, you do need to tell them, and thus then they will know.